just isn't you.
Sometimes love isn't pure. Sometimes it's messy, forbidden, and impossible to let go. These are stories people never meant to tell, but did.
It started as a joke. Literally. We had this stupid group chat at work, full of memes, dumb jokes, inside banter. She joined about a year ago. New marketing manager, confident, quick with sarcasm, and too smart for that place. At first, it was harmless. She'd tease me about being the dad of the office. I'd call her trouble. Everyone laughed. And maybe that's how it started. In laughter. Not lust. Not intention. Just that subtle thrill when someone sees you, when they notice. At home, things were fine. Not bad, not great. We'd been married 7 years. Routine, comfort, quiet dinners, scrolling through our phones side by side. Sometimes she'd ask how work was. I'd say, same as always. And she'd nod, same as always. Then one night, it changed. We were texting after hours about some work thing, or at least that's how it began. And she sent a photo, not even revealing, just her legs on the couch, glass of wine in hand, a caption, another wild Friday night. I laughed. My wife was asleep next to me, but I stared at that photo way too long. Next day, I texted her first. Said something dumb like, "Hope your couch survived the chaos." She sent a laughing emoji, and that was it. But it wasn't. Over the next few weeks, it became this slow burn. A comment here, a joke there, then the kind of messages that make your heart race a little too much when you see her name on your screen. We finally met after work, just for one drink. That's the lie we both told ourselves. We talked for hours. I told her things I hadn't told anyone in years, about feeling invisible, about marriage feeling like autopilot. She listened. She really listened. And when she touched my hand across the table, it didn't feel wrong, it felt like oxygen. The first time it happened, I remember everything. The cheap hotel room, the nervous laughter, her saying, "We can stop any time." And I nodded, knowing damn well I wouldn't. When it was over, I sat there, my heart pounding, feeling guilt, excitement, shame, all tangled together. I told myself I'd never do it again, but I did. Over and over. Every time we said last time, it never was. It became like a drug. Not the act itself, but the feeling of being wanted again. She left the company 6 months later, said it was getting too complicated. I didn't beg her to stay, but part of me died when she walked out that door. We texted a few times after that, then stopped. She moved away, got a new job. I stayed. Now it's been 2 years. My wife still kisses me goodnight. We have plans, vacations, family dinners. No one suspects a thing. But every once in a while, when my phone buzzes late at night, my heart still skips for a message that will never come. Sometimes I tell myself it was just a mistake. Other times, I think it was the truest thing I ever felt, and that's what scares me most.
She cheated, and I still couldn't leave. When I found out, I didn't even yell. I just stared at her phone at that one message. "Can't wait to feel you again." My hands were shaking. She started crying immediately, saying it was a mistake, that she didn't mean for it to happen, that she still loved me. I wanted to hate her. God, I tried, but the truth? I was scared to lose her more than I was angry. I told her to sleep on the couch that night. She begged me for another chance. Deleted everything, changed her number, promised it would never happen again, and I believed her. Because believing was easier than starting over. But something broke in me. Every laugh sounded fake. Every "I love you" tasted different. I started checking her phone when she showered and hated myself every time I didn't find anything. 2 years later, we're still together. People say we're stronger now. They don't see how I flinch when her phone buzzes. They don't see her face when she catches me watching her too closely. We love each other, but it's not the same kind. It's love with scars, and sometimes I think it's just a slow goodbye.
I fell in love with my husband's brother. He was always around. Family dinners, holidays, birthdays. Funny, charming, easy to talk to. The kind of man who made everyone laugh, especially me. At first, I thought I just liked the attention. Then, I started waiting for it. It began with messages, little things. Jokes, memes, small talk that slowly got too personal. "You looked tired today," he'd text. Or, "He doesn't appreciate how lucky he is." I told myself it was harmless, that he was just being kind. But deep down, I knew it wasn't kindness anymore. The first time it happened was after a family dinner. My husband had gone to bed early. His brother stayed behind to help me clean up. We were laughing, tipsy, a little too close. Then it went quiet. He touched my hand and I didn't pull away. It was like the air disappeared between us. And before I could even think, it happened. I remember the next morning vividly. My husband kissed me goodbye like always. I almost told him right then, but I didn't. Instead, I spent the day pretending nothing had changed, while inside, everything had. It didn't stop there. We told ourselves it was just a connection, that it would fade. But we kept meeting, always careful, always lying. It wasn't about passion anymore. It was about feeling seen, wanted, alive. The guilt came later. Every time I looked at my husband, I felt smaller, and yet I couldn't stop. Then one night, I got sloppy, left my phone charging in the kitchen. A message came through. His name, his words, too obvious to explain. My husband read it, and he said, "You and him? I can't even decide who disgusts me more." He swung at me, but hit the mirror with his fist. He was damn angry, I understand him. I didn't even try to explain anything, because it would have been ridiculous. He smashed the whole room, then he packed a bag that night, took his car keys, slammed the door and left Doculus. The next day, his mother called. She didn't scream. She just said, "You broke this family," and then she hung up. His brother texted me once after that. "He won't speak to me," and I wrote back, "He shouldn't." We haven't talked since. Now it's been 8 months. No messages, no calls, no family dinners. I live alone in a small apartment. There's a photo of the three of us at a wedding, me smiling between two men who'll never look at me the same way again. Sometimes I stare at it for minutes, trying to remember when everything still felt normal, when love didn't taste like guilt, when I still believed I was a good person. But I'm not sure that woman exists anymore.
We were both married, and we didn't care. She was a speaker at the same conference I attended. Smart, confident, married, like me. The first night we had dinner, just two colleagues talking. The second night, we stopped pretending. We both said the same lie. It's just one night. But one night turned into dozens. Different cities, same hotels, the same feeling of being someone else, just for a few hours. It wasn't just sex. It was freedom. Stolen, dangerous, addictive. We promised no feelings, no future. But one morning she cried in my arms, said she hated that I made her feel more alive than her own husband. When it ended, it was quiet. She stopped replying. I stopped asking. I still think about her when I check into a hotel, about the silence after the door closed, about the lie that felt more like truth than anything else in my life.
I slept with his best friend and didn't regret it. When I found out he'd cheated on me, it wasn't even the act that broke me. It was how casual he was about it. Like it was just something that happened. He said, "It didn't mean anything." I nodded, pretended to be calm, but inside, something twisted. If it didn't mean anything to him, maybe nothing between us ever did. For days, I couldn't sleep. I replayed every lie, every working late, every fake smile. And then his best friend, of all people, texted me, "You don't deserve that. You should get out while you still can." At first, I ignored it. Then I didn't. We met just to talk. At a bar neither of us had ever been to, the kind of place where nobody asked questions. He looked nervous. I think we both knew what we were doing before we even ordered. One drink became 3, laughter started sounding too much like flirting, and when he touched my wrist, it was like flipping a switch. All the anger, humiliation, and loneliness just turned into heat. The first kiss tasted like revenge, bitter, fast, desperate. We didn't stop. We stumbled into his apartment, half laughing, half daring the world to catch us. No slow buildup, No pretending it was love. It was messy, loud, wrong, and exactly what I needed. For once, I wasn't the one being lied to. For once, I was the one in control. After, we sat there in silence. He said, "You don't have to stay." I said, "I know," but I did. The next morning, I expected the guilt to hit me like a truck. It didn't. I felt lighter, almost peaceful. When my ex found out, and of course he did, he exploded, called me every name in the book, said I'd crossed the line, and maybe I had. But I reminded him who drew that line first. Weeks passed. I kept seeing his friend, at first to spite him, then because I actually liked who I was around him. We didn't tiptoe around it or hide. He made me laugh again. He listened. He didn't pity me. One night, he said we were both just trying to hurt him. Funny how that's how we found each other. I smiled, because it was true. Now it's been almost a year. My ex hates us both. His best friend, my boyfriend now, doesn't care. Neither do I. I won't pretend it started right. It didn't. But somehow, in all that chaos and anger and late-night bad decisions, I ended up finding something real. And maybe that's my punishment. Or maybe it's my happy ending. I still don't know. But I'll be honest, I liked it. Every reckless, wrong, unforgettable second of it.
They lied, they fell, they broke hearts, including their own. These are real confessions about love, betrayal, and the choices we never take back. Emotional, messy, and a little too honest.